So, are you ready for my rant about weddings? As many of you know, John and I are trying to plan a wedding, and it's June 19th, by the way, in case you're wondering. And, well, honestly, as far as weddings go, it's going really well. I've been a wedding photographer for a while, so I knew going into it, what all had to be done. Got a couple of books that, give you a to-do list that you can look at. And I've had a lot of help, which is fantastic because I'm also going back to school. Background, right? You need some background. Imagine large Roman Catholic family. That tells you enough right there, right? Oldest grandchild. First wedding in 20 years or more? More, I think. So, needless to say, everyone is excited and geared up for it, which is great because, like I said, I'm getting lots of help. However, the original idea was that John and I would take care of all the details and people would just kind of show up and it would be a party. There would be no worrying about putting things together beforehand. There would be no worrying about cleaning stuff up afterwards. I was going to get one of those services where, you can go in and they take care of all the decorations. And literally all you have to do is make a couple of decisions. Make sure that everybody gets there on time and find the minister. That was it. Yeah, that didn't happen. Mainly because of money. I lost my job last year, going back to school. John's really the only income that we're getting right now, which is fine. We can live off it, we're really not in trouble at all. We have to be careful, but, we don't go for really expensive sushi every night, or filet mignon, which I don't even know if I pronounced right, much less what it tastes like. But we just didn't have enough money for this area and what we wanted to do. So, Mom was great. She found my old college and found out that we could have a wedding out on the grounds and in the ballroom. Well, use the ballroom for pretty much free. We have to pay the maintenance guy to set up all the chairs. We have to pay the sound guy if we want to use the sound and if we want him there. But you couldn't ask for a better deal. Really. The only thing is, I like college. I loved college. Loved some of the people there. Hated the town. Grew up in that town. Hated it. Did not want to get married there. And I am. You'd think I'd be over it by now. I've had months to accept the fact that I'm getting married in Arkansas. Yeah. So then, of course, we're having an outdoor wedding, which is fine. I was thinking outdoor wedding. Okay, it's June. It's going to be hot. So let's push it back to sunset. We can get really good pictures and color. We could do, a light theme and get some lanterns and candles on the tables. And we don't have to be outside for, the real brief ceremony. So it wouldn't be that much of a deal with the bugs and the heat. And, yeah, that would be cool, right? No. Apparently, traditionally, weddings are not supposed to be held later than 6:30. Because then you have the ceremony and the reception afterwards, which is generally anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. Well, I've seen longer ceremonies, but 2-3 hours, anywhere to, I think the longest one I I did photography for was 6 hours, but that was a really weird one. So, forget that. All of a sudden, I went from sunset ceremony to 6:30. Okay, yeah, I'm the one that set the time, but really? Really? Come on. I'm not a traditionalist by any means. My family should have figured this out by now. John's not either. Hell, John doesn't care. I mean, okay, he's the typical guy. As long as I don't put him in something uncomfortable or make him do something that will embarrass him, totally my show. So, why am I getting stuck with all of these traditional things? Because it's apparently an evening wedding, it's all of a sudden, it's formal. Wait, hold on. Formal? I don't want a freaking formal wedding. I'm getting married in freaking Arkansas. I was imagining guests bringing potluck dinner dishes for the reception. I was imagining loose, airy dresses for the girls, and hell, I was even thinking about going down the aisle barefoot. How the hell did I get a tux-wearing, long dress, formal wedding at 6:30 in June in Arkansas heat? This thing has grown way beyond me. If I'm so unhappy with the wedding, why continue? That's probably what you're asking, right? Well, the way I say it, I have two options. Number one, I can suck it up and just do it. I mean, it's not like anything in the wedding is going to really make me cry. I mean, it's not the end of the world, honestly. Everything in the ceremony, it's going to be pretty. People are going to be happy with it. I get to marry John, which, I mean, quite frankly, why have a wedding? To marry the other person, right? The rest of it is all just trappings. So, option number 2, call off the wedding and start over. And this time, find something that John and I are, it's us, it is the way we want to do things. We're not going to tell anybody about it. We're not going to give anybody any details about it. They will literally get an invitation in the mail that says, this is when it is, this is where it is, show up if you want to, don't show up if you don't want to. Problem with that plan? Number one, I'd be starting over with some of the money stuff. But most importantly, it would hurt a lot of feelings. So as frustrated as I am with the whole thing, and as much as I'm really not liking some of the stuff that we've decided on, okay, so maybe I'm more apathetic about it than anything. I have to keep reminding myself that option number 2 would really burn some bridges. And in the end, if it's between my hurt feelings and a whole bunch of other people's hurt feelings, well, I'm going to do what I normally do and just suck it up. Thanks for listening. Mom and I are trying to rap. Yeah, I'm going blank again.